we're going to talk about wheelchair lacrosse defense. Um, in our game, everybody plays offense, everybody plays defense. So it's important to not just work on your stick skills, but also on your chair skills so that you can be effective stopping the other team. Obviously, if we're comparing it to mainstream or typical forms of lacrosse, the biggest difference is I don't have any lateral movements, right? So I can't move side to side. So it's much more about angles and getting to the right angle. And so typically, if I'm covering John here, I don't want to go straight at John with my toes facing him because he can go in either direction and it's going to be hard for me to recover. So instead, if John has the ball and I'm trying to play defense on him, I'm going to come at an angle and kind of try to guide him in the direction that I want to go. So rather than going straight at John, I'm going to come at him like this so that as he dodges down the alley, I can just run with him, push with him. All right, so the other thing is when John starts to dodge, if I just try to take the ball away with two hands on my stick, I can't control my chair, right? So the more checks that I try to throw, it's actually the less effective I am at trying to stop him. So really the point of defense is I want to stop his chair momentum and then try to take a check, right? So I want to get in front of him, stop his chair, and then I can try to take the ball away. All right, so we mentioned that playing defense is about stopping the opponent's chair. That's true, but with one caveat, I can't make contact if I am behind John's axle, right? If I make contact right here, this is kind of dangerous. This is where the chairs flip over. That's illegal. I also cannot come in totally perpendicular to his axle and hit him like this. That's also dangerous and illegal. So I can stop his chair, but I need to make sure that my contact happens in front of that axle. So if John's coming down the alley and he's going to cut back, if I try to roll this way, he's got me beat. He's already gone, right? So playing defense a lot of times is I'm actually looking over my shoulder so that if he turns, I turn away from him. Turn the other way, I'm turning this way. There we go. And I'm turning this way. Good. And I can stop his chair and try to take the ball away. So if I'm covering John and we'll pretend the ball is up somewhere around here, again, I don't want my toes facing John because now I can't really see the ball. The way I like to teach it is you should be able to point at the ball and at the guy you're trying to cover. That's the way I can move my head. If John tries to cut behind me, I can see it and react to it. All right. And as John moves around, I also can't just stop John from moving. That's interference, right? I got to be able to let John move off ball as an offensive player. He has a right to maneuver. Now, I can put my chair in a place where he wants to go and set myself there so that he can't get through, but I need to be motionless. I can't just be a pain in the neck stopping John all over the place. That's a penalty. The other thing about off-ball defense, for me, I like to play with my hand way at the bottom of the stick. And what that does is if someone tries to throw a pass, I've got more of a reach to knock it down. So when I'm playing defense, my hand's at the very bottom of my stick. So if John cuts behind me and I'm a little late, I can reach back and try to get in his way.